enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dock mates, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get more viewers like you.
Hey y'all, here aboard Yara. So it's a weekend day, beautiful, beautiful early fall day. But there's some, more rain in the forecast, clearly, because that's the time of the year that we're going into. So what I'm gonna do is fix one of our deck plates back here that's been leaking, and it's leaking right over our basically new steering system. So we're gonna fix that today. Oh, look at the little bee getting some sun. Hey buddy, how you doing? Warming up? Cute. So this plate right here, that's the hatch cover for our emergency tiller would slot in there if we had one. But it leaks really bad, and it drips basically straight down onto our new radial wheel drive. And that was part of the reason why the old one failed, I think, because just moisture sitting on it for years and years and years. So I'm going to take that up and see what I can do to get it all jiffied up and hopefully watertight. Look at this guy. That's not a buddy, but also wanting to get warm. So, ooh, water bottle. So yeah, we've got a nice sunny day to kind of take care of that. So cool, I'll bring you guys along. Let's get to it. Yeah, that was barely even bedded down. Gross. Just failed. Okay, now let's turn the wheel again. That should move. That's what we want. Cool. Now, let's just get this all cleaned up and do some probing of the holes. See how bad the core is rotten there. And then come up with a plan after that. Keeping my work area clean as I go, so that way I can just focus on the job at hand rather than like being distracted by dirt and whatever. Let's take a closer look. So I've noticed that this is the rudder shaft, and it's threaded, so this thing screws on to keep the rudder from falling down. But this definitely needed to be tightened because that holds it from, that's another security measure to keep it from falling. But yeah, the whatever they used clearly had failed, except for this area here. It was sticking pretty good. But now we're going to kind of investigate these screw holes. So it wasn't through bolted, it was just screwed into place. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like we're actually in to the balsa wood, which is fantastic news, because these sidewalls are really solid. It's just the you know, the water got in here under the gel coat, and then whoever drilled these didn't chamfer them, so the gel coat split. But that's okay. All right. It's a lot more wet than I was thinking it was going to be. Cleaned up pretty good. One day, one day we'll be able to do that. Such a pretty boat. Bye, have fun. All right, Yara, you can't stay on this dock forever. I know it's nice and comfy for you, but we gotta go do that. All right, so here's where we're at. We've got I tried to I used the heat gun to hopefully dry out these holes. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. I've got the gasket pulled off of here, and I'm gonna coat it with some lanolin grease. I'll show you guys that. And then I thought I might as well just take this off, and since it's so easy to get to, take that off and just do a little bit of anti-seize on it. Can't hurt. So yeah, this lanolin grease came with the boat, but I can tell that it's lanolin grease because you can smell it. It smells like farm animal, sheep. Try to get that open, and then we'll spread it on our seal here and let that sit. That'll be ready to install. Then let these holes dry out further so we can come back in, and I think I'll just epoxy it. We won't do a drill fill drill because we didn't get into any core, no balsa. We're going to take this screw out and put some anti-seize on it. Not bad. I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get that cleaned up and then we'll put some anti-seize on it. And we'll pop it back in. These are the holes that the little deck plate screws into with these little, so it's not through bolted, it's just that deep right there. But because the sealant had failed, these were all wet, right? So we tried to dry it, we probed it, we're not seeing any rotten core, because I don't think there's a core in this part of our boat, at least. Or at least if there is core, it's not balsa. So these are now drilled out to a larger size. I couldn't go too big because I didn't want to go, if I went too big, I would have broke through this sidewall here. So I went as big as I could. And then, so now I'm just gonna let these dry for a couple of days. They are not ready to fill with thickened epoxy. Next, I am going to cover this up somehow. Probably with some plastic and some tape to keep that watertight through the rains tomorrow. Check it out. So to cover that while I let it dry out, I made this little gasket thing here. This is from the old water tank hatch, and then got some butyl tape along here, and then we'll just set it down and squish it in place, and that'll cover that nicely. And then I can just let that dry for a few days and come back and do the epoxy work that we need to do. So